Hello everybody and welcome to this video. In this video I would like to teach you how to make a fantasy house. So I chose a spot and this is the spot where I'm gonna build the fantasy house. The first things first, and I'm gonna clear out some of the trees and then we can see what kind of terrain we're working with. So now that we've cleared out the area, I would like to talk to you about the block palettes that I'm gonna use for this house. So usually for fantasy houses I'd like to use blocks that are very colorful, mixed with a contrast, which is usually a lot of grayscale, and then paired off with wood. This way you have the splash of fantasy color with it, paired with a nice structural integrity that you know and love from the medieval style. So I guess it's time for me to get building. As you can see, I just made the footprint of the building that I wanted to have. It's a simple L-shaped thing. I don't want to go too complicated, so you can easily follow. Next step is to make the structure 3D and actually lay out where I want certain levels to be and make sure where I want the roof to be. So I'll build it and then I'll get back to you. Well, as you can see, I just made a bit more of the skeleton of the building, and as you can see, it's starting to take shape. You can kind of see where everything is gonna go. This way, you can slowly but surely start filling in things like the roof, the walls, and the floors. So, I will do that now and get back to you when I've done that. So, as you can see, I've brought in all the walls, the floors, and the skeleton from the roof. Now from the roofs, we're gonna do something very special. Because we're gonna add blocks that really make the fantasy feel pop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Amethyst as moss blocks. These two are an amazing combination. Let me show you. As you can see, I just filled in the roofs with the blocks that I wanted to use. Now this still looks very bland. We're gonna add a detailing in a little bit. But let me teach you a little trick to make a moss roof really beautiful. You simply pick up some bone meal and just, bone meal the moss. And you get moss carpet, azalea bushes, azalea, regular azalea bushes, and it just already looks that much more. Now, what you can do is you can add a couple more blocks to give it some more depth. And manually put in some azalea leaves and flowering azaleas. As you can see, then slowly but surely the building, the roof really starts to come together. Now, here's another trick I learned, is if you add like leaves, azalea leaves to it, they first of all match perfectly with the roof, with the color, but also you can make them hang off of the roof almost as if they were vines growing from the roof down onto the walls. Now this creates an amazing effect because it also fits in with the color scheme of the amethyst, which creates a very green fantasy happy feeling. As you can see, it's already coming together much nicer than it used to look like. Next up is the amethyst roof over here. Now there's also a trick you can use to make it look a lot better, and that's to add in a little bit of purple concrete here. It adds a little bit of a color difference, which really makes it look a little bit more magical. Now I know the borders of this are very hard, but you can easily fix this by using the amethyst clusters and the budding amethysts, or the small amethysts I mean. Patch them around here and there, and as you can see, it starts to come together really nicely. And you can do this any way you feel like, and slowly but surely you will start to make a village or a house that is so magical and have just this vibe about it that there might be a witch living here. And as you can see, ta-da, you've made yourself a beautiful looking. Now, next up is that we're gonna add detailing to the walls and to the foundation. Now, I'm gonna do this, and then after that I'm gonna explain what I did and why it works. So I'll be right back. So, as you can see, all I did was really add this little section here to set under the flowers here at the walls, which just add another layer of depth. And if you just follow this tutorial, you can really make a beautiful looking fantasy house. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I will answer them for sure. Right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.